Hey everybody, my name is Sherry McCachran. I'm a life coach and a health coach. Thanks for checking out this video today. I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can protect yourself against the coronavirus. I know that a lot of people are really scared these days, and there's so much fear going on around this virus. So I just wanted to give a little bit of information about how viruses and bacteria live in our bodies. I was struck by something really quite interesting yesterday. I needed to get some groceries, and I had been seeing all of the social media posts about people emptying the emptying the shelves in the grocery stores. And I left my grocery shopping till quite late in the evening. I went around 9:30 p.m. and I thought, oh, okay, there's probably not going to be anything left, based on what everyone was saying. And so I went into our superstore downtown, and the produce section is the first section that you go into, and the produce was just like overflowing. There was so much there. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is so great. Everybody just made a big deal out of nothing, and there's lots of food here, so there's nothing to be worried about. So I was adding all my fruits and veggies to my cart like I normally do. And then I went through some of the aisles to pick up a few other things. And of course, the aisles with the dried packaged foods were pretty much desolated, right? There was nothing left. And I personally don't buy a lot of packaged foods. I did need a few things. I wanted to get some chickpeas and some coconut milk and things like that are a normal part of my groceries. But I don't usually buy a lot of packaged foods. And so I thought, okay, well, you know what? Obviously the shelves are empty, but it's not going to affect me too much because I've got all sorts of fresh stuff that I needed. And then as I was driving home, I was thinking, oh my God. So I get the fact that a lot of people are really scared right now, and that probably, a lot of people are stocking up because maybe they think this is the end of the world, or maybe they think that there's so much uncertainty about what's happening that maybe, if the stores close, that they might starve to death. So they're stocking up on the canned packaged foods that will last forever. So I get that. However, for people who want to avoid contracting a virus or a bacteria, any virus or bacteria, doesn't, obviously corona is what everyone's talking about right now, but viruses and bacteria live in the garbage in our bodies. So when you eat a lot of processed packaged foods that have a lot of additives, a lot of chemicals, flavors, dyes, sugars, preservatives, all those things, our body is not designed to break those down or absorb them very easily. So when we eat processed food, what happens is two things that will affect whether or not we get sick or end up with a virus or bacteria infection. Number one, our immune system has to shift its focus to removing the toxins from our body that we've ingested. So whether it's sugar, dyes, flavors, preservatives, chemicals, pesticides, anything like that, our immune system looks at those as foreign invaders, so they'll go and attack it. So our immune system is now focused on that. And our immune system only has a certain capacity, just like all of our organs and systems in our bodies. When we're faced with other intruders, be it other poisons, viruses, bacteria, foreign invaders, then if we're filling our bodies full of this poisonous food, it can only do so much. So you're more susceptible if you're eating that junk food or that processed food, even if it has a health label on it. If it's a processed food, you're more susceptible to contracting a virus or a bacteria from the environment or from somebody that you might be in contact with. The second thing that is really important to understand is that when we eat those toxic foods, those processed foods, those fake foods, those foods that weren't made by Mother Nature, they were created in the lab, because it takes our body such a long time to eliminate the poisons and the toxins, a lot of it will just stay undigested, unprocessed in our digestive tract. So our digestive tract is incredibly long, and we can accumulate so much garbage that we just end up carrying around with us for years or even a lifetime if you don't do any detoxification or clean up your diet. And that garbage is what viruses and bacteria will live on. So if you had somebody who has a lot of digestive and cellular waste floating around in their intestines and in their interstitial fluid within their bodies on the inside, versus somebody who's really clean and who eats foods made by Mother Nature that will, you know, go through your digestive tract and be eliminated properly and not leave a whole lot of garbage. And both people are put into contact with the virus. The virus might attack both systems, but the virus is going to live on the junk and the garbage left behind in the person that has the waste to live on. The virus can't survive in a clean system for very long, right? So you've got two factors working for or against you, depending on which side of the equation you're on. You've got your immune system, which you want to have in full operating capacity and not overburdened by already just trying to detoxify the food that you've eaten, to be able to attack the virus if you happen to come into contact with it. And number two is you don't want to have a food source for the virus to be able to survive on. So when you think about people who will come into contact with the virus and just be a carrier but not get sick, it's because, yes, the virus is in their system, but it has nothing to live on. So it's not going to last very long. Yes, that person might pass it on to somebody who's got a real healthy abundance of a food source for the virus. But at the end of the day, one person is going to get sick and one person isn't. So that's just a little bit of food for thought. I'm not a scientist, but that's how it works in your diet. It gives you a little bit of understanding for how it works in your digestive tract. So if you're trying to prevent contracting or getting sick from the coronavirus or carrying the virus for very long where you might pass it on to somebody else, please make sure you're taking advantage of your fresh fruits and vegetables, eating the food that Mother Nature created. If you need to stock up your shelves on the canned foods and the box foods and the processed foods, it's not going to expire for the next 5 years because it makes you feel safe and it eliminates some of the fear in your life, then you can do that too, of course. But please don't ignore the fact that can have a really detrimental effect on your health. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for checking it out. Stay safe, be healthy, live well, don't be scared. Everything's going to be okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.